Woohoo!
Today we're going to talk about what is ultimately responsible for our lives. To do so, I'm going to have us play sort of a game, which I'm calling Fate, Luck, Skill, or Effort.
Okay.
What's it mean when people think things happen because of effort?
Like, effort is just the amount of work that you put into something so that it'll turn out well. And people that believe in effort on, like, the highest degree almost believe in it in a way that mirrors things like luck and fate, where things, if you put enough of yourself into this thing, like over and over and over, you put like 100%, 110% of your effort into this thing, then it's going to turn out well because you worked so hard on it. Everyone believes in effort on a smaller scale, and effort is easy because you can see it. Because it's not a thing that exists in the world where, like, if you put work into something, it's going to turn out better than if you put no work into it. Like, just on this very basic level. And then when it comes to personal responsibility, effort is by far the most personal responsibility-centric thing that there is, because it completely disregards anything besides that.
Right.
Fate obviously does not exist here, but neither really does luck or skill. It's all up to you and about the work that you put in. And if you choose to work hard, if you put the most effort in, you put like...
Regardless of who you are.
Regardless of who you are.
Right.
If you put the most effort into something, then it's gonna turn out the greatest. It's very focused on personal responsibility in that everything that happens in the world is up to you. And not up to anything else, not up to anyone else. It's up to you and the work that you put in.
And up to you now. You know what I mean? Like, you can change it.
Exactly.
Like, if I just work hard now, we can all change.
Yeah, definitely.
Why would one want to believe in effort?
Because they want to have control over it. Unlike something like luck or fate or even skill on a certain level, where everything is controlled by some higher being, or the universe is chaos, or something else, people that believe in effort and that believe in the personal responsibility that it brings, they want to have some sort of control over the environment. They want to think, if I do... It's similar to karma in a way, even though it's very disconnected from fate itself, is that it's, if I do this thing that I'm supposed to do, then good things are going to happen to me. And it's a more, like, direct, like, line between, like, cause and effect than, like abstract things like karma will have.
They're both fair.
They're both fair.
Right?
Yeah.
They believe in fairness in the universe.
Effort believes that fair's fair, not in a way where it's like the universe will balance itself eventually, but in the way that if I work on this, it's going to be good, and if I work hard, I'm going to be successful. And people want to believe in this because it makes the most sense. For these other things like fate and in luck and skill, there requires like a certain amount of choosing to believe in something. It's easier to believe in fate, in things like fate, because it means that like your personal responsibility is gone, so there's no anxiety, you're free. But it's almost easier to like find like a scientific method to point to effort as a reason for something, because it's very focused on cause and effect. If you study for the test, you're going to remember the things better, you're going to get a better grade on the test. If you spend hours on a project, it's going to have a better result. But effort is very connected to reality. And it's not that the other things aren't connected to reality, well, maybe except fate. I'm not sure if I can really argue for fate here. But effort is very, like, rooted down. It's very focused on, like, what you can do to change things, and that, like, the universe is not, like, some sort of entity that exists, but instead it's just, like, a place where we live, and we are the ones doing the thing. And that's why people want to believe it. They want to believe that if they deserve something, not by being skilled or being talented, or because they're just like so good of a person, but because they worked so hard for this thing, then they're going to get it.
Do you think that successful or unsuccessful people believe in effort more?
I think that successful people 1000% believe in effort.
Right.
Because they're successful And they didn't get here because they're fated to get here, or because they were lucky, or even because they had a skill that they were born with. They got here because they worked so hard for what they have. And that's why they deserve it. And honestly, guys, if you work hard, it's going to turn out well for you, because it did for me. People that aren't successful are more likely to fall for these sort of things like fate or luck or skill, because they aren't successful. Because they want it to be for any reason, and they're not likely to believe in effort because these people, they have put that in. And I feel like I've been talking about these people in sort of like a derogatory way. All the people that believe in fate and luck and even like skill, where it's like, oh, they're just giving up. But a lot of the time, the reason why people believe in those things is because they've already tried effort. And this is what I believe in effort, like more than the other things, I would think. But people that believe in effort that aren't successful are really sad to think about, because they are working hard. Like, they believe in effort, they believe that they can turn it around eventually. And because of these things like luck and skill and like the million other factors that we aren't talking about because they're not really belief systems in that way, they're not getting what they deserve. And I feel like people that believe in effort and they believe in like fair's fair and like what they deserve, they're more right about what they deserve than anyone else is. Because, like, this is my personal opinion, but people that believe in things like luck, obviously, people that believe in effort that are unsuccessful, a lot of times don't believe in effort for that long. And this is why I can't really hold that much of a grudge against people that believe in skill or luck or even fate. It's because this is their last option. Only people, they want to believe in fairness. Like, humanity is sort of like inherently believes in fairness. They believe that fairness should exist, even if it doesn't. And for all these people, this is more visible than anyone else for people that believe in effort, just because, like, these people have a better idea of what they deserve than anyone else does. I feel like everyone should kind of believe in a little bit of all of it, maybe except for fate, because I hate fate. Everyone should believe in a little bit of luck, because if you...
Let's not get to these. We're getting way too far. I just need to narrow it. I got it. You've answered that particular aspect of this. What does a belief that effort matters most imply about the universe?
Doesn't really imply a higher power or a god or anything like that, depending on how much they're really thinking about it. But it does imply that the universe is fair, that it has an order. That it's not just like a chaotic mess of things happen when they happen and things don't happen when they don't, but that it has sort of this direct line between cause and effect, where if you work hard enough for something, then it's going to come to you.
What's it imply about predeterminism?
It's really anti-predeterminism. It definitely is the complete opposite of fate, because fate hates personal responsibility. Things aren't up to you because they're up to someone else. And that person has responsibility, but no one else does. But effort is personal responsibility. Effort is the work that you as a person put in. They can't coexist at all because they're entirely opposite. Well, things like luck and skill, they sort of like move in between. And I would argue that like they do exist in the universe, maybe not as prevalent as some people would believe, but they are like a thing that exists. Fate is entirely up to the person's belief in something unreal. And effort is someone's complete belief in their belief in themselves.
What about your life? Which of these four has been most impactful in bringing you to the place where you are?
I feel like I'm in a pretty good place in my life. Well, I'm about to send out my college applications, so maybe not the best place in my life, but I'm at a place in my life where I feel happy with where it is, but also where it could go from this point. I don't want to fall into the trap of like successful people believe in that they cause their own success. The effort I put into my life has a significant impact on where I got and how I got here. But I also think that I got lucky in a lot of places, like in where I live, like what school I'm going to into, like my financial area. Skill has a small impact on it too, where I feel like I am maybe naturally talented at a few things, even if I put in some effort to refine those. So I guess what I would have to say about my own life, and I would have to say about all of these concepts at all, besides fate, because I hate fate, is that they can all be true.
Don't believe in fate.
No, I hate fate.
But believe that luck, skill, and effort play a role in defining your lot in life.
Yeah.
Rank them.
So, obviously, according to what we just had an entire conversation about, I would probably prioritize my own effort over anything else. But I also feel like when we consider things like luck, a really large scale, just where I am now, the fact that I'm sitting here now with this expensive camera equipment sitting in front of me making a YouTube video instead of doing who knows what. I feel like I probably have to prioritize luck as coming first, and then effort, and then skill. We hope that you enjoyed that video, and if you did, please consider checking out the next one in the series.
Or some of our other series on philosophy and life.
We upload videos every Friday, so don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. See you next week.